Hey, Scott here, and I'm going to be playing through South Shore Vibes. This is a full game, and this is a submission to the Board Game Geek Solo Print and Play contest. Anyway, just excited to participate, and hope you enjoy the playthrough here. So I do have the game set up here in TTS, and it is available. The mod is available publicly. I believe if you would like a link to it, let me know. Yeah, so in general, the flow of this game is that across 3 rounds, I'll be playing some mini games. Those mini games will set me up for surfing, and then I'll surf. So those 2 main phases, mini games, surfing, and that happens 3 times, and that's the whole game of South Shore Vibes. I have some cubes and dice set up around this game sheet, and I'll kind of orient you to what's happening as I play. Yeah, so keep in mind that there are 3 main resources that you'll be kind of gathering, and then there will be a victory point track up here. But otherwise, I have some dice. These are my player dice. These are the neutral dice, and then these are Kenna and Uncle Wallace right here. Uncle Wallace is this 4-sided die, and here's Kenna, the 6-sided die. I have 1 die set off to the side. This is one that I'll be able to unlock through earning stamina. That's this resource. I have shakas over here. Shakas are helpful for flexibility and staying on the wave longer. Anytime I can spend a shaka for re-rolling any die in the game. That's an important idea. And then I can spend 3 to choose the face of any die in the game. I start with 7 shakas right here. I should say too that this game represents a real place. I mean, it's not. I made quite a few changes for the sake of the game, but this is meant to celebrate surfing culture in a place where I actually enjoy surfing with people I love and enjoy spending time with. So I'm happy to let this be a celebration of that space. Let's see what else. So money, I'll be able to earn money throughout the game, and then that money is going to unlock some upgrades for me, which will help with surfing or earning more shakas. And then the way to get money for the most part in the game is to go fishing. And once I catch some fish, I can decide what to do with them. Either I can sell them to the poke shop nearby, or I can give them to Uncle Wallace and Kenna, and doing that would earn me some points. And that's the thing. The idea of this game is the victory points are actually a relationship. They're actually rapport with Uncle Wallace and Kenna. I think that's kind of a fun little idea. Anyway, I'll get started here, and I am going to just participate in all 3 of these mini games right now, and they all work Yahtzee style. So I'll take 5 of my player dice. I'll start over here with stamina, and every time I choose to play a mini game, I do lock in one of the dice from my dice pool for the round. That means it's not going to be accessible to me while I'm surfing. All of these mini games are super simple. Don't be stressed about them. The idea in this first one is that you're either going for a run or a dice of the same value, and I have a variety here. The more dice in the run, the more stamina you'll earn. And I'm already having trouble here. I think I'm going to re-roll. I'll re-roll these 2. Let's see what I get. So I got a 3. So I think because stamina is quite important. So I'm actually going to spend 3. So I start with 7 chakas. I'll spend 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to choose a 4 here. So what that's doing is, I got mixed up, but anyway, I have the run of 1 through 5, and that's going to earn me 5 stamina. You'll see why that's really important in a little bit. Okay, next game, I'll just go over here for shakas. So it'd be nice to bump up my shakas again, having just spent some. Same kind of deal, rolling 5 dice, Yahtzee style. Now what I'll do is have a look here at this parking lot. The idea is you're surf skating around the parking lot, working on your balance and kind of flow when it comes to being on a board. So there are these shapes, these kind of patterns that are available that sort of represent some skills you might be working on in the parking lot. And all you're doing is placing dice to match given these requirements in the parking lot to match the shapes that are available. In round 1, this shape is available. RD1, RD1, this shape is available. What's important here is that these shapes can flip. So I can either, well, I can, the first shape, the one on the left, I'll just try to get a straight line here. It's the only place I could do it. The other one, this one on this side, which is more lucrative, it's worth 7 shakas and 2 money. I could either do up and over like this, or I could do down and over like that. Okay, so I've rolled dice. I think it was these 5. Now I just need to kind of look through this parking lot puzzle to see what I can do. First of all, it looks like I could I almost have this long one, the cheaper, the less lucrative one, but I'm going to check the more valuable one first. Okay, so I'm actually close. I'm going to re-roll this because all I need is an even, so it's 50-50 chance. Huh? Okay, come on, help me out. Okay. I think in this case, I'll spend 1 more for a reroll because that's silly. Okay, this is sad, but I'm just gonna spend. I don't want to risk it anymore. I'm gonna spend 3, so that's actually not great to place an even, but I'll gain 7, and I'll gain 2 money. So I locked a die in both stamina and in paddling, I should say, and in surf skating. And now I'm going to lock a die into fishing. So I'll roll these 5 again. And now the goal is to match up with available fish. So the fish that are available in round 1 are these 2 and these 3. The 3 at the bottom are always available. But in rounds 2 and 3, then these 2 4 dice fish will be available. The way this works is pretty simple. All I'm trying to do is match the dice to fish. It looks like I don't have any fish yet. So I'll re-roll, and of course I'm going to go for the bigger fish because, okay, now I do have a small fish. I have 1. I have almost, I don't want a small fish though, so I'm going to re-roll this 1 more time. All 3 of these. Oh, so that actually worked out perfectly. So the way that I resolve catching a fish is to go down to this little table, and it's a 4 dice fish. So that means it's worth either 5 money for selling to the poke stand, or worth 5 victory points, 5 rapport if I sell to, or if I give the fish away to Uncle Wallace and Kenna. Well, it's the start of the game here. I'm going to jump up to 7 money, which worked out perfectly. The reason that it worked out is I'll be able to buy an upgrade right now, which is quite important. Okay, I'm going to spend 7. I'm just going to go straight to the big one, and I'll get this surfboard. And you'll see why it's important in just a second as I transition out to surfing. So that's all 3 mini games done. Now I'm going to gather the dice that are available to me. So this is my pool here, and go through a couple of steps. first of all, I'm going to gain a stamina, and that's really good news because I had 5 stamina previously. Now I'm going to have 6. What happens at 6 stamina is that I gained this die to my pool. So that was actually great to get all 5 there in the first round. Because now I have these dice. So I gained a stamina, and now I'm going to exhaust 2 dice. So all that means is I'm going to leave 2 of my player dice here in this exhausted dice area. I have the option because I have 7 shakas. I have the option to refresh dice, and now here's where the surfboard comes in handy. What refreshing dice simply means is anytime between waves, so before a wave or after I finish the first wave and go into the second wave, I can actually buy back a die to my pool essentially. But the surfboard reduces the cost from 4 down to 2. So I think I'm going to do it. I'll just spend 2 and buy back this die. Now let's look at how surfing actually works. This is the wave. The wave is 4 tiers tall in round 1. So I'll be going from this tier down to this tier. And the process is, I think, pretty straightforward, where I'm going to roll all of the dice that I brought from my dice pool, plus neutral dice. That's what these gray dice are. So I'll go ahead and roll those first. And now this is my pool for the round. So these are the values that I'll be able to use while we're surfing. I don't know what that was. Was that a 1 or a 4? Anyway, doesn't really matter here for this example. Now, how about these 2 dice? So always start with Uncle Wallace. And he's pretty simple to resolve. I rolled a 3 with Uncle Wallace, and now simply counting from left to right, I'll count 3 spaces, and that's the space that Uncle Wallace starts the wave on, is the 7 here. The number doesn't matter. All that matters is you're counting from the left. Now Kenna, we'll roll Kenna. And usually you can roll both of these at the same time, but here's the situation where you'd have to re-roll until the die can take... These are not weighted, I promise. So now Kenna goes out to the 6 space. Now it's our turn. And a couple things to consider. First of all, I'm looking at these skills up at the top. The wave is only 4 tiers tall. So the skills that are available, that are possible for me, are the skills related to the 4 and 6 rapport groups. That's because basically I need to match the shape of these skills entirely in order to earn these points. So because the wave is only 4 tiers tall, I actually cannot possibly create these patterns here. Okay, so that's one consideration where I might want to start. And I'm thinking I might like to try to go for this one right at the beginning, just for an adventure. So working backward, if I were to, like, the best I could do here, let me just kind of outline how this is going to work. I would like to end here because it would give me the most points. So working backwards, it would be this 2 and this 3, right? And then 1, 2, and up is this 5. And then, oh, maybe I can't. Maybe I can't actually do it. Never mind. I'm just going to start where I can preserve the most dice. So I would like to end down over here. And the good news is I have both a 1 and a 2 available. You'll see why that matters here in a second. So I'm in a place where it's just really cheap. So I'll take this 6. Now continuing down the wave, we'll always take Uncle Wallace, roll him first. And he's a 1. We'll roll Kenna. He's a 5. Now I have these choices here. What's a legal move going down the wave? Well, it's to take your location and check the 4 boxes directly below it. So these 4 are what are legally available to me, except for this one is occupied by Kenna. If I really needed this spot, I could spend shakas to re-roll Kenna, but I don't need it. I'm heading down this way anyway. So I'm gonna drop this 5 in here. So you can see the stakes are pretty low when you have lots of dice available to you. So still a 1 and a 2. I'm not too worried. I can come down to this 4 over here and still jump over the 1 or the 2. Yeah, I have plenty of shakas left. So what I don't have a 4, but instead what I'll do is I'll stack a 3 and a 1. I could use a neutral die, but what I cannot do is have a neutral die placed by itself. It always has to be covered by one of my dice. Okay, so that was the third tier of the wave. Now we'll roll these guys again. Okay, this time Uncle Wallace is a 3, Ken is a 3, so we'll re-roll him. And he's a 1 here. So I'm going to spend some shakas, at least for a re-roll, because I really want this 12. And okay, so now he gets placed in a 2. And I have this 1 available to me. So that's great. I'm pretty comfortable in terms of the number of dice I have available. So what happens next? So I'll score, first of all. Let me check the patterns up here. I did not match any patterns, but I'll score 12 points. So I start with 8, so that's going to put me at 20, just like that. Okay, now we'll go back to paddling out. So we've reached the bottom, and we'll turn around and we'll paddle back out. So the first thing to do is take 1 stamina and exhaust 2 dice. I could spend 2 to buy 1 back. I think I will. This looks like it's going to be a pretty nice, what is it, a 4? So I'm going to spend 2. I'm not super concerned with my scoring right now, but what I am interested in is going for more waves in general. So I'm not super focused on the patterns and being like really specific and needing certain numbers. So I'm probably going to spend fewer shakas. Let me point out that what I mean is, if I were to ever need a little more flexibility on the wave, I could spend 2 shakas here to move myself 1 step further left or right on the wave. Okay, first I'll place these guys. We're still in round 1, so it's still this wave. And then I'll re-roll my dice pool. Okay, a couple things I'm noticing right away. These numbers are higher than I would like because they're gonna push me off to the right here. Not a big fan of that, but let's see what happens. So I can still start with this 6. Seems good. And then this becomes a 1. Kenna gets re-rolled. And then this becomes a 4. So now I would like a 5, but I don't have a 5 available to me. However, I can make a 5. So I'll do this with these 2 dice. What's important about the neutral dice is whenever I use them, no matter what, those get exhausted. So you notice I have all 3 available to me this wave because I didn't use any last wave. And they are dice that you cannot refresh. You can only refresh your player dice. Okay, so next tier. What's great is I have these 4s, and so I'm really not worried about whether or not I'll finish the wave. So I can head down here. A question is, do I want to, okay, so 1. I was going to say, do I want to roll? Knowing that this is probably my last wave, do I want to roll? I cannot fix the face here. Do I want to re-roll for a 2? I think I'll save the shakas this time. So I'm just going to place a 3 here and take 8 points. So there I am. Now what would happen if I were to go surfing for the next wave? So first of all, we'll clean up. this die gets exhausted, 2 more dice get exhausted, like this. And so I'd have only 3 available to me for surfing. I could spend 2, because I have my surfboard, I could spend 2 to bring this die back. But it's risky because since I only have 4 dice, 4 player dice, that means I need to be able to place the 4 dice here. I would have 0 shakas. And if, for example, I rolled a bunch of 6s, then I would be able to go here, but I couldn't reach this. I couldn't reach this space. And I don't have a die that I could actually finish the wave with. So instead of finishing the wave, I would fall off the wave. If I fell off the wave, let's say, just for example, I ended here, then I would lose 8 points, but I would gain 4 shakas. I don't want to risk that right now. It's just the very first round. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'll clean up. I'm going to paddle in. And all that means is I'm going to gather the dice back from, or including the dice I used just surfing just now, any dice I've unlocked, and I unlocked the die that otherwise would have been stuck over there. And so I just, and I also gather the dice back from the mini games. So now I'm ready to start round 2. And the way I like to mark round 2 is I'll just set Uncle Wallace and Kenna up here in round 2, but it could be that I should probably do that differently. Okay, now back to the mini games. Question is, do I really want to stamina? I could go for stamina again. It was great because I earned 2 stamina just for surfing. So what would be nice is if I was able to reach 12 stamina this round. What this would do if I did that, if I reached it, is that every wave going into the future, well, you know, typically I have to unlock I have to exhaust 2 dice to surf. If I get 12 stamina, if I'm up here, then I only need to exhaust 1 die per wave. That's huge, right? Anyway, so I will roll for stamina, but I don't feel the need to, I probably won't need to re-roll a whole lot. But I'm actually going to go for shakas first just because they offer a little flexibility. If I did need to choose some faces. Okay, now I'm in round 2. And what that means is this shape is available and this shape is available. Okay, this is kind of odd. I'm going to go for this one first, obviously. And it doesn't actually look like I'm in very good shape here. So I could place like this, and like this. Okay, so it's not as bad as I thought. I just need, again, I'm in the situation where I need an even number, and I got it this time. Okay, that's perfect. Easy. I got 7 shakas, so I'm up to 9, and I get 2 money. What's great is, if I earn a bunch of money, it would be nice to gain more shakas. That's actually what the upgraded surf skate does. I can earn more shakas in the parking lot. It might have been nice to have that. But if I really want to start focusing on getting the patterns for surfing, then maybe I would go for this, which reduces the cost of adding that extra space of movement while I'm surfing. I also don't feel as much pressure to... Ooh, you know what? Actually, money is still... Okay, Actually, I'm going to go back here for stamina really quick. So let me lock a die for stamina. If I roll well here, I mean, if I get at least, let's say I get at least... what? Oh, that was... that was literally perfect. So I'm going to max out my stamina right now, right? So I'm at 7, so I'm going to max out the stamina. And it's great because that means I don't have to waste the die on stamina next round. Like that was perfect. That was easy. Now I can just kind of ignore that area for now. Okay, now I'll go fishing. So I'll roll. And Okay, the fish that are available to me now are these 2 bigger fish up here, and then the 3 smaller fish down below. So with my roll, what have I got? I'll get these out of the way. So I have a 2 and a 6. So I'm gonna, and a 1. So I need a 3 and a 5 or a 6 and a 5. I'll just re-roll these 3 for fun. Okay, I got a 3. Now I just need a 5 and I'll get the big money. Okay, I didn't get it. Do I want to spend 1 or 3? A 5, 1 in 6 chance is not awesome. So I'm actually just going to save, I'm going to save some time here and spend 3 down to 6. That's a little bit sad, but I already have my big surfboard upgrade. Okay, I'll pick that for 5. So that's going to give me 5 money. So I'm back up to 7 again. And I will spend, I'm interested in trying out some surf pattern stuff this time. So I'll spend 5. You know what? I wonder, yeah, I can't make any other fish because I used 4 dice. Okay, so continuing out to surf. This means I need to, I only need to exhaust 1 because I have this upgrade here. So this sits down here. And if I want, I can always buy this back on a later wave, right? Because I have a bunch of shakas. Let me see if I can score big on this wave before feeling pressure to refresh this die. Okay, so first thing I'll do here is, and this is round 2, so the wave got a little bit taller. It's a little bit longer. I'm gonna roll these. This is my available pool. Just gather these up a little bit. And then roll these 2 guys. Okay, a 2 and a 3. Now this is available, but it's expensive if I want to streak along the edge of the wave here. It's really expensive and it's pretty sensitive to Uncle Wallace kind of getting in my way, which I don't really like. So it could be coming along this could be interesting. Or actually now this time this pattern is more easily available. I'm actually going to try for this one, I think. So I have a 4 right here. Now I'll roll these other guys. Okay, a 1 and a 6. I didn't need, this is fine, so he's kind of out of my way. However, what I don't have is a 6. I need a 6. That's what this pattern is saying. I can make a 6. Ideally, let's see. So it would be a 6, another 6. Wait. Yeah, because it's only 4 dice long. So I'll get it. I can get it out of the way. Actually, this is what I'll do. So I'm going to spend this neutral die. Okay. And roll these 2 guys. It's a 4 and a 4, so we'll re-roll Kenna. And a 6. So now I need to jump over here. I need to jump over here for this 6. What's great about my situation is that I've unlocked this upgrade so that now this maneuver, it would typically have cost me 2 shakas, it's now free. So I'm actually going to take this 6 by, am I? Oh, I didn't see this situation. I'm going to abandon the pattern for now. I'm just going to take this. I could pick a face. I'm kind of committed here. I'm actually going to spend 3 and pick a face. I'm going to make this a 6 just to go for the big money. It's not money, it's rapport. It's okay, so these guys take up this spot. I needed this spot. Right? Because I need to cut back and jump in here. So I'm going to spend, should I spend 3 and not risk it? Because it's 1 in 4 chance that he rolls the same. I think it's probably better just to spend 1 and re-roll and hope for the best. Okay, and there's a 3. There's some little detail here. Maybe I haven't described in the rules, but I guess if I were to re-roll Uncle Wallace, then he'll just take his, even if it was a 1, I would probably re-roll him for somewhere else, although that doesn't feel quite right. Okay, so now this 4 is available to me, and the way I can claim it is right here. I've used 2 neutral dice, so that's pretty much bad news for trying to take another wave. Okay, and this worked out perfectly. Okay, good. So at least I get a couple things happening here. One is I'm going to take 12 points, just baseline, I get 12 points. But because I completed this pattern right here, I get another 6. So that's actually 18 points. So that's a pretty big deal. So I'll get, let's see, there's 10, but I need another 8, which is gonna take me to like this. So I'm at 46 points at the end of, oh, is this the end of round 2? I'm not sure. Let's have a look. So I'll exhaust 1. I can't gain any stamina more. I'm maxed out. I need to exhaust these 2 neutral dice, which is kind of unfortunate. And this would be my dice pool. So it matches the number. Like, I actually think this is not so good. So the question is, should I spend my last 2 to refresh 1 die and go for it? I kind of don't like that idea. Yeah, because I could lose 6 to 8 points for doing something like this. It was unfortunate I used those neutral dice. I'm going to... I think I should go for it. The reason is because I think I can make up a lot of points next round. And I'm going to spend these 2 and buy back this die. I'm going to go for it because even if I fail, I get a bunch of shakas, which is more flexibility for a couple of big waves at the end. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it. So I'll roll these guys. 4 and a 5. Now I'm just going to play it safe. Got to re-roll here. I'm just going to play it safe and take whatever route is like the absolute easiest. So it looks like that's going to mean staying over here on the right side. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What if I start in the snow? That's not good. No. Well, let's see what happens. I'm completely at the mercy of these guys here. So, like, that's probably not great. Because my trouble now is I really need to cut back. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm in trouble. Wait a minute. So if I take this, let's say I take this 6 space, I need a 5. Wait, what's happening? If I were to take this 6, and then I were to do like the 1 and 4, and the 4 and 1, let me try. So I'm going to take the 6. I'm going to kind of centralize here. Because I could place on the 4 legally, easily I could do that, or on the 5. So I'm just going to see what they allow me here. Okay, a 2, we'll reroll Kenna. Again, a 5. Okay, so he took the 4. He took the 5 away, the 4 away from me. So I have to do this, right? And unfortunately, that leaves me only these. Well, I can get down to this area. Do I want to risk it or just roll off the wave? Just let it go by. I'm gonna send it here. Okay, that's good. And then see what they allow me here. Because remember, I cannot. Yeah, so I got knocked off the wave. So that means I'm gonna lose 8 points. So I'll go back down to 38. But I gained 4 shakas. So that was kind of a bummer, but yeah, it was kind of fun to risk as well. Okay, last round. Gather up my dice here. Send these guys up to round 3. I think the only mini game I'm interested in right now. I think I'm gonna leave fishing alone too. So this is awesome because I'm gonna get a bunch of dice back. I'm gonna ignore the stamina because I can't gain any more. But I will spend 1 on shakas because I think shakas are gonna be really important here. So let me roll these 4. And it should be pretty straightforward to get what I need, but let's just make sure. I have 4 shakas, so something goes wrong, I can figure it out. Obviously, I'm going for the big pattern. The big pattern is right here. And, okay, I have 6s, which is good. Bummer. So I don't think I naturally... Let me see if I can find another one. I can also flip these. Like I could... No. It looks like pretty much I need to set up in this area or set up in the area 1 space to the right. So if this is even, this is my only even. This is fine. But I need to spend 1 to roll a 4 or 5. The other choice would be to just take 5. Wait a minute. Yeah, I need to do it because I need the stamina. So, not the stamina, but the shakas. So this, wait, I cheated. This needs to be a 4 or 5. And it wasn't. Should I spend the last, I guess I'll spend the 3. Just so I don't lose my chance, and I'll just make this a 5 here. Okay, that earns me 7 back. That's kind of sad going into the last round. And 2 money. 2 money. I could spend... No, I can't spend any money now. All right, to the waves. So this is the last round. It's the longest wave. It also allows for these bigger patterns more easily. So if I can, it'd be great to get this 8. Okay, hang on 1 second. So I need to exhaust the die, just 1. And I'm going to save my shakas for now. I can always buy back. I can always buy back a little bit later. So did I roll these already? I think I did, but that's okay. Okay, we'll roll these guys. 4 and 6. So this window is open. And what I like is, I think I'm going to actually try to aim down along this path. Or this path. Actually, this looks nicer. Just because the numbers are easier, and then I can always jump into the 1 or 2 over here. Cool. Let's roll them. The 4 and the 4. Let's roll. And the 3. Okay, so I need to reroll Canna. That's a little bit sad. Unless I just kind of risk it and try for this one. I might as well, because this path is slightly lower in numbers, and I think I have all the dice I would need. Almost. So I do have all the dice I would need. So I'll reroll him. And he can't be placed, so I'll roll him again. Okay, I need to spend one more. I'm sticking with it. Kenna's got to get out of the way. I'm just like throwing shakas at him over and over. Like, bro, give me some space. Okay, now I need to build a 7. 2 7s. What can I do for 7? So I want to keep my 1 for sure. Well, I need to build 2 7s anyway, so I'm just going to go with the 6 right here. Now these guys, I wish... You know what the smartest thing probably would have been to do? Is come down this line and jump over here. No, I don't know why. But I need to roll Uncle Wallace now. This is kind of unfortunate. Because he's probably just going to come back, isn't he? Reroll because it's a 1. Still a 1. Now it's a 3, so I have to re-roll him. So this is a pretty unlucky round, I would say. So should I just abandon my hope here? That's a 3 again. What in the world? Do I have any chance to make any shapes? I do. I can still make a 4. You know what? I'm gonna save these shakas just in case something crazy happens. It's just the first wave of the last round, unfortunately. So I'm gonna build a 6, right? Because I have 4s. I have these 4s, and this is also really sad that I'm using these neutral dice already too. It's the last round. The numbers are big, so it also kind of makes sense. All right, so I can at least aim for. I can at least go for this shape. And still end up wait, no, I can't, because I would need the 6 spot here. All right, let me just stay safe. I'm just gonna cruise down the wave. I'm gonna keep it easy, keep it light, keep it friendly. So 1 and 4, that's fine. I'm gonna spend the 4 to cruise right here, and now I have a 1 or 2 just in case. That's actually great. Okay. Okay, it's a 3. Perfect. All right, 6. So I'm going to spend the 1 right here. So they drained my shakas big time on that one. But I get 12 points, so that's good news. So 12. Just go down here. This is 50. And go again, because this is it. It's make or break at this point. Should I... What's cool is I still had some flexibility. I had 2 dice left. Losing these neutral dice. So that's not great, but it is what it is. I think this might be my last wave, so it's probably good to just bring a die back just for the flexibility. Yep, I'll try. So roll these guys. I'm not going to be super obsessed with the pattern making. But if I get like 8 and 6, then at least I get more than... I'm going to try again. I'm going to try to go down this way. Okay, 1 and 3. Okay, so far so good. They're kind of leaving me alone. Good news. Okay, 1 and 6. That's good. Yeah, I definitely have the dice I need to make this work. It'd be nice if I had a 1, but it looks like I won't. Right, because I'm out of shaka, so I just have this 2. So worst case is I end up here on this 4, or I mean on this 4, or I end up on this 2. So I at least have options. If I'm not blocked by both of these guys at the end. Okay, so this is unfortunate. I think I should spend my last shaka because I'm kind of committed at this point. This just can't be a 4. Okay, so now they really just need to leave me alone. I just need to get to that 4, and then I got the big money rolling in, the VP. Okay, nice. Okay, so they did leave me alone. And now I can cut back to the 2 if it's available. If they drop on the 2 and the 4, that's when things would be a little bit sad. Okay, 2 and 4. Okay, it's not the end of the world. I can jump out here, but what that means is I got 12. Okay, so I got 12 points. That's not a heartbreak. It's not the heartbreak it could have been, but it's not amazing. Well, let's see what happens now. So score my 12 because I did get this guy and I got those 4. So I'll take 12. And this gets exhausted. I can't buy back anymore. I have 1 neutral die, so I gotta make 6. I gotta make it down 6. You know what? I feel pretty good about this score. I don't really want to push it because I might lose out here on... I might drop by 8 points. I think it was really unfortunate that my shakas got sucked up in the first wave. And... yeah, that was a little bit sad. But I think overall, I would guess, especially because I had pretty strong waves at the start, and because I was able to get a bunch of stamina to unlock my extra die, like early, I think that was great. I'd say 62 is decent. Anyway, so that is South Shore Vibes. Thanks so much for joining me, and let me know if you have... Yeah, let me know if you have any questions or any comments. Look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.